what we're not going to do is talk about the fact that I spent a lot of time undoing some stuff. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to leave it alone. Okay. So we have 45 of these, yeah, 45. Okay. Of these little colored pieces right here. Yeah. We're supposed to have 46. So what's going to happen here is this is going to be a shorter stream. It is. I'm late. I should have been here 3 hours ago. I know. Just calm down. I want to tell you a little story. So what happened was, I tried to do this last night. I don't know if you saw that, but I tried. It went badly. Super badly. How badly? So badly. Then I had to fix it. So here we are. Fixing it. Yeah. Don't mind the fact that I am twisting these stitches as I'm doing this. That is 100% on purpose. Because I took them off the needles like the wrong way. And so here we are. This is a really bad time. This is such a bad time. So here's the thing. I do not know what I'm doing. I have never made this before. This is my first brioche. This is my first 2-color brioche. I'm using the wrong kind of needles. It wanted you to use circulars. I did not have circulars in the size that I needed. I did not want to wait until I could buy them. So here we are using double pointed needles. Okay. Now theoretically, when it starts working flat, right? I'm gonna slowly but surely use less and less needles. Right? Yeah, because it's working to a point, and that's valid. Yeah. It certainly doesn't look like that at first. Okay. I just want you to know that is not what it appears to manifest, people. It's not. And oh god, this is so bad. This is so bad. So I just also I've thrown off my count because I started doing this morning and somehow added like 11 hours to my work count without meaning to do so. So that was fun. That was not. Okay. We have a mistake. A missed cake to fix. Alright, what is going on here? So I think there's the missed cake. Is the missed cake right here? Okay. Alright. Is this right? Fuck. I'm having trouble. Okay. I swear to God, I know what I'm doing. Like, for real. Oh God, Shadow Cat. Yeah, I swear I know what I'm doing. I swear that I know what I'm doing. Oh, I see what's okay. I see it now. So this, right, is supposed to be okay. All right. Let's see if we can do this. So what's happened is, oh gods, oh bad. Oh bad. Okay, there we go. Okay. What are you doing? I don't know. don't know. God damn it. How did I fuck it up again? Jesus. Somehow managed to fuck it up again. Oh my god. Look, I swear that I am a professional. I swear. I swear that this is absolutely something I know how to do. And that is knit. I know how to knit. I know how to do that. I swear that I know how to do this. It doesn't look like it though, does it? No, it doesn't. It does not. I'm laughing because I'm tired and I should be asleep. Ugh. Yeah. Okay, there we go. See. Senor, Monistique. Like, what is going on right now? Answer, I don't know. I don't know. Alright, so I was supposed to have 46 of these, and I have 45. So we're going to do the 46, which actually puts us at round 47, because there's one round of this gray color that starts everything. Okay. Which I like this pattern. I think it's a good pattern. I do not think that this person did a bad job. Okay. But there are definitely some points that are confusing. And so if you get lost, you're kind of fucked. All right. So, yeah. I would say this is intermediate. And being that I'm not familiar with this technique, at all, like this pattern has been me getting familiar with this technique. What the hell's wrong with you? This is how I knit though. I just, decide that I'm gonna do something outside of my sphere of experience or skill level and just go for it. Now, as a result, I'm not too shabby at a lot of things. Okay, so that's cool. Also, as a result, because of this, I don't have an intolerance towards starting and trying new things, like when it comes to this. So we're going to call it a win. Okay, it sounds good to me. Oh my god. I should be asleep right now. I'm not. I gotta get up in the morning. I've been having trouble getting up in the morning. So part of why I've been late lately is because I've been waiting to talk to Bae one last time before the evening. This is probably irresponsible of me. I think Friend would say so. In fact, I'm pretty sure Friend basically alluded to the fact that I should have said something. So Friend, I said the first time, was like, oh, I'm going to talk to the phone, Bae at 7. And Friend was like, isn't that when you stream? And I was like, I mean, yeah, but Bae. Yeah. So, you see how that's going. The amount of times that I've talked to Bae, like, at 7 is not as many times as it's not shown up here. So, we're not doing good. Sorry. Sorry. But there's like extenuating circumstances that are causing me to make that decision, right? And so there we are. Now, that said, no, I did not tell Bae that I actually have a prior engagement at that time. And I didn't because they have really limited time. And so do I. And I can make changes to certain parts of my schedule. And I will, if motivated. And getting to spend time with someone I would like to spend time with. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Friend is shaking like their head at me though. I'm sure it's just like, but this is also pretty fucking textbook for me. So what else? Don't mind me and the mouse in my face. My allergies are kicking my ass. So what we're gonna do is do this pass. We're gonna finish this pass. And we're on it now. We're gonna do the next one. And then we're gonna put the lifeline in and we're gonna stop. Okay. So like I said, this is gonna be a short stream. We're gonna put the lifeline in and stop because I fucked up everything that I started last night while I was streaming because my attention was too divided and I could not possibly do a good job. And so what we're not going to do is repeat that mistake again. And as I posted in my Instagram post before I showed up here, if you think you should put a lifeline in, you should put a lifeline in. Okay, like seriously. You will hate life if you don't. Okay, like there are reasons to put lifelines in, and most of them center around, I'm not sure how this is going to go. I want to be able to easily go back to where I was and try again. All right. And so here we are. So I did all that work and then ripped all of it out. And it was like 4 or 5 rounds. It was not a whole lot. And actually, it wasn't even rounds. It was rows. But, I digress. It was bad. It was what the fuck bad. So here we are. Back at it. So I stopped trying to put the lifeline in because I used this. Because I wanted to use something similar. And that's a sound idea. What's not a sound idea is the fact that it kept breaking. And I said, fuck this. I'm over it. Okay, so this is interesting. All right. So we are missing a stitch here. Okay. So there's one here, there's one here. All right, we are missing a stitch here. I'm trying to figure out where it is. Okay, hold on. Hold on, people. Is this it? I think this is it right here. Is this it? This is totally it. Okay. All right. So I did this. Right, I did this. We're doing this. All right, okay. So I think what's supposed to be happening here. All right. I think this is supposed to be happening here. Okay. Okay, hold on, people. There we go. See, and this is important because this is not going to make any sense if I don't do this right. Yeah. The Importance of Being Earnest. That's a play. I haven't seen it, but I think it's Oscar Wilde. Yeah. Just don't pay attention to anything behind the curtain. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I don't even like The Wizard of Oz, but I say that quote like all the time. Don't mind me. I'm just knocking, everything on my desk over because that's fucking cool. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, everything's fine. So there we go. We have the first half of the brioche round done. And so now We're going to do the second half. So I think the other thing that fucked me up, other than literally just not doing this right, was the fact that I didn't understand what I was doing, which is, always a rookie mistake. But more to the point than that, I should have put in the lifeline. Like, the lifeline was not optional, and I treated it like it was because I had trouble getting it in. That is what she said. Actually, that's not what she said. That's what he said, because she knows what she's doing. Oh my goodness. My. So, yeah, about that. So here we are. This is the final countdown. Yeah. And then the next one will be the setup. I don't know if I want to do, this is technically round 47 because the next one is 48, because it's basically the setup for the decrease rounds that are going to happen. I think I will, we're doing 46, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, 46 is round 47. Oh my god. See, do you see why I'm having so much trouble? That's really confusing. So there's supposed to be 46 of these colors rounds. This, I've just finished the first half of that. So this is the second half, and then will be 46 of these. Okay. And because there's a round before that, that means there are 47 rounds total. And the next round is basically the precursor setup. So I think what I might do is do that one. And then put the lifeline in. That sounds reasonable, right? I think so. The other option, right, is to finish this and then put the lifeline in. But then I'm still going to have to do the setup round again. And the setup round is almost identical to this, except for it, you decrease by 1 stitch on the purl row. The second pass, which is what we're doing right now with this. But not this particular one. Okay, I know, that's fucking confusing. What? My brain is mush. It is mush. It is smoosh. Oh my gosh. I did finish my latte on time this time, though. That reminds me. I have some green tea by my feet that I desperately need to drink. Let's do that. I need to do a lot of other things, too. There we go. Like, take my meds. Incidentally didn't do that. Oh yeah, so I broke my water bottle yesterday. That was great. I don't know if I told y'all that, but I dropped the thing right before I left from work, and I dropped it and it cracked and like shattered, and that was just great. Yeah, I have been super forgetful and tired at work lately, and it's not this, we're having a depressive wave. It's great. And by great, I mean it's fucking awful. And it's making it really hard to exist. So, I'm so ready to be done with this, especially after jacking it up so badly. Now, the good thing is, I had the patience to, like, work this thing back, and I know how to count my knitting. So, yeah. And I understand how the stitches are supposed to look on the needles after doing so many. So everywhere there was a mistake, I was able to fix it fairly easily, right? This is just going into the story of this, though. Like, the fact that this is giving me so much grief, the fact that I've had to start it so many times, the fact that I've made so many glaring mistakes goes into like the story of this and its creation and really adds to it. So that's cool. I still haven't decided where I'm going to tell this story. I haven't decided. I don't know. I don't know because I feel like Instagram Lives, there's so few people that are going to end up seeing that, and that it's not going to matter. And I don't have a huge following here, right? But here we are. Like, here we are. Fucking doing stuff, making stuff, knitting. I might have a date on Thursday. We're supposed to hang out. But he's supposed to have some free time. And you bitch over here will make free time. So that sounds so sad. But you know, I don't have a life. Like, I work. And then I work some more. And then I like argue with the dog. And then I work some more. And then I like talk to wife and friend. And yeah, that's it. That is the entirety of my life. Apparently, my new boss, who's younger than me, which is really funny, is kind of spooky. This is great. I was like, hey, so I'm gathering you like spooky shit. And he's like, yeah. I was like, I mean, I think the whole Jason keychain and the Saw shirt that he had on yesterday, and I think it might have been a Pennywise shirt on the day before, kind of tipped me off because you're not buying that stuff and wearing it where anybody can see you if you're not into it, which is awesome. Because I too am spooky, and I was like, so if you haven't heard of the Magnus Archives, you might like them, and it's fiction, but it's spooky, and it's disturbing because it's basically just there's this whole ass deeper storyline that is not immediately apparent. Oh, and then we started talking about Midsummer, and he told me about a few things that I will, because they're spooky, I will absolutely go and check them out. So then tomorrow I'm gonna have to ask him if he's seen The Terrifier, because that is just a straight up slasher gore flick. Okay, so if you are not into that stuff, do not watch it. It is nothing but just gore. That's all it is. But it is also disturbing because there's this like whole scene at the beginning, and it's like, what the actual fuck is going on? Like, I don't know. Then there's Await Further Instructions, which I really liked. It's this nice little psychological horror. But also low-key super, super like disturbing because oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So that's a thing. And then of course I love foreign flicks, foreign horror. So like Ghost House. I love that one. Yeah. I love horror stuff. Unfortunately, Bae does not love horror stuff, which is unfortunate. Now, I also love stuff like I love classic horror, like Sleepy Hollow and The Monkey's Paw, right? And I'm always a fan of anything that involves man's hubris, okay? Because that does not end well for anybody in that situation. Okay, so now we have 46 rounds in this. This is color B on the outside. It's A on the inside. Okay, so that's the other thing that fucked me up about this. is that they switch it. And it says it in the instructions. Yes, yes, yes. I read the damn instructions. So we have 46 knit column rows in color B. Boo, yeah. So that's 47 rounds. Now we're going to do 48. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Who the hell do you think you are? All right, Stewie. Just fucking calm down. Okay, so. These are essentially the setup rounds. Oh my gosh. I think we're gonna be kind of close to an hour, so that's cool. Oh my god. I'm so tired. Alright, so. I feel like I should be responsible and set some, get myself set up for tomorrow. And I gotta tell you, I don't think it's gonna happen. I really don't. I really do not. And that's super unfortunate. It's super unfortunate. It's okay. Nothing to be done about it. Like, really. I think I know what I'm going to use as the, what do you call it? Lifeline. So I have this, I want to say it's cotton, probably. And if I were honest with you, I'm pretty sure it's like a DK, which is heavier than this, which is why I didn't want to use it. Like, that's been one of my lifeline yarns because it's this bright, bright green. And it's not a lot of the color in general. Like, so it's not enough for me to be able to, it's not enough for me to be able to, what do you call it? What in the fresh hell? What in the fresh hell is this? What is this? What are those? How I did this, I don't understand. Somehow still fucking shit up. Okay, so, oh, gravy. All right, no. Okay, so I know what's gonna happen. Oh, gravy. I hate when this happens, when I have to do this business. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine, people. What's not fine is the fact that I keep having to do it. Okay, so. We're in the... Damn it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so... I get it. I get it, y'all. I get it. I have trouble. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm probably not going to get ready, though. Like, tonight. That is what I should do. My brain has already vetoed this idea, though. Like, I'm tired. I'm not. I'm here, but I'd rather not be. And not because I don't want to be here with y'all. I love being here with y'all. I don't want to be here right now because I'm tired. That's it. That's the whole damn reason. It's the whole damn reason. I'm just tired. I want to lay down. I don't want to do anything. I want my allergies to stop. Like, it is springtime, like officially, like seasonally speaking, but the pollen's not even out in force, and I'm already like snuffling, and it's the worst. I hate it. I hate it so much. It is the worst. It's okay. Like, I look forward to spring, every winter. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm ready for it not to be freezing fucking cold anymore. I'm so excited, right? And then spring gets here with all the pollen, and I'm like, oh, are you sure we can't go back to winter? Because summer's not great for me. Summer is, oh my god, it's hot. I might be melting. I'm not a snowman. I'm not. And I don't like the cold at all. But I tell you what I don't like, even more than I don't like the cold, I don't like the heat. Heat, I am apparently now heat sensitive, and it is the worst. It will set off a panic attack. I'm so sensitive. That is like the most bizarre thing. I mean, it's really not. It's really not. If you think about it, it's not. Tell you why it's not weird. It's not weird because every time I have a panic attack, I get warm. My body temperature raises. And so that artificially happening, right, just because it's too hot, it's not weird for that to be a conditioned response to a raise in temperature. What's bad is I work a really physical day job, and I'm fixing to be working in a not an air conditioned setting. So when it starts to get hot, I'm gonna be so freaking screwed. It's gonna be a bad time. I'm not looking forward to that. Now the good thing is I've reached an age where I will not tolerate nonsense. So like if I have to sit down because my body is like revolting against the conditions under which I'm working, oh yeah, no, that's what we're gonna do. Like if I get too hot, y'all can kiss my ass. I'm not doing shit until my body temperature cools down because I work somewhere where there's a concrete floor and I'm not trying to pass out and like crack my skull open. So what we're not going to do is work ourselves to death. Benefit of being in your 30s is you get to the point where that's just you're like, fuck this. Like in my 20s, I pushed through it. I was also far less sensitive in my 20s. Now I'm just like, nah, y'all can just you can just go over there. I'll get there when I get there. I don't care. I told old Walter, I was like, yeah, I don't rush anything. Like, I am never in a hurry. It will get done when it gets done, and I do not care. Oh, speaking of work, I have finally infiltrated Juice. It's fucking great. So, I don't know what anything is called at work. Like, starting out, because I was new to this industry, and I couldn't be bothered to learn what anything was called because I didn't need to, because I didn't fucking feel like it. And that's it. It's nothing, just no, I don't feel like it. So I would ask Juice, I'd be like, and I would ask him where some tool was, because, he's got all the good tools. And I would make whatever noise I thought that it made, and like it would be accompanied with a hand motion. Now, here's the thing about that, right? Whenever I did that, he knew what I was talking about, okay? Like, if I want the air gun, zzz, 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 yeah, because that's the fucking sound it makes. Shut your mouth. Don't you judge me, right? And then, was it the box wrench? This is the sound the box wrench makes. Because it's ratcheting. Oh my god. That's the air pressure checker. And that's the little tiny driver, right? Also could be the drill, because he's got two tiny ones that basically make the same sound. So, right, he started asking for things like that. And he caught himself doing it. He just looked at me and he's like, really? I'm like, I've infiltrated. Don't worry. And I was like, but you know what? You know what I'm talking about. Gumby does the same thing. It's fucking hilarious. Okay. Sunshine doesn't, because fuck him. Nobody likes his ass. And Walter doesn't give shit. He just kind of stays over in his little area. Like, Pops over from over there. And Pops is not the right word unless you're describing his age. But he'll like come over and like meander over and whatever somebody else is doing sometimes to see what kind of bullshit it is, right? So today, I have a new nickname for the boss, and it's really funny calling him Boss Man, because my previous boss actually was older than me, not by a whole lot, but a little bit, right? This one is 10 years younger than me. It's fucking weird. Now, I don't care, right? If you're competent, I could not give a fuck. And so far, so good, right? So we're good. Anyway. Okay, so I do my best to not divulge names. Okay. Of people. Not really because I'm trying to protect anybody's identity, but kind of, but no. Really, it's a matter of, if you don't know anybody's names, I don't give you enough details to be able to figure out where I work. That's fucking on purpose. Okay? That's totally on purpose. Why? Because stalkers on the internet. That's a fucking thing. So, valid. Okay? Anyway, I will confirm or deny nothing. But there's a food that is popular that has part of my boss's name as like the mascot, right? For the food or whatever. And so I was going to call him the mascot's name. And I was like, that's weird. Because, like, none of my nicknames actually involve you addressing somebody literally by their name, right? So that's not going to work for me. So instead, I call him What's the Thing Is. And the what do you call it? The justification, I guess, is that my boss is some white guy, right? So some of the phrasing fits. And so I was like, Juice, at least you didn't call him that. And he was just like, just shook his head. And I was like, I don't think he'd appreciate it, but I think it's fucking hilarious. Okay. And we're going to leave it at that. But, yeah. I didn't even, it's like, and so this is the extent of my protecting the anonymity of, like, where I do business, as it were. I don't, it's not, I think it's been this week maybe. No, last week maybe. I don't know. I didn't even tell Bay, who I have very specific intentions towards, the names of anybody. Like, not the only names I've given them are the names that I call people by when they're not around. Although, to be fair, I do call the guy at the front desk Gumby. Sometimes I call him Gumbalina. And it's because he's like so tall, and that's what that's from. Just fucking hilarious. Because of all the people who work there, he's the tallest one. Like everybody else is short, and it's just really fucking hilarious. So anyway, so the only one who knows like everybody's real name, I guess, would be like friend knows, and wife knows. Wife knows because wife worked with them all, so that doesn't fucking count. Like I didn't have to tell wife any of these things because wife was there when everybody was getting their fucking name, basically. Yeah, so I am like if I was one of the Virgin Mary sightings, I would be Our Lady of Alternative Monikers. Because I nickname fucking everybody. But the nicknames are funny and they make storytelling so much more interesting. So, whatevs. Anyway, it's fucking hilarious. I do not feel great. I do not feel great, Sam. I am. Sammy. Okay, so what I need to do is put the lifeline in. I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to make it on camera. We're already at 40 minutes, and I'm almost done with this, but I feel like the easiest way for me to put the lifeline in is going to be to put these on like smaller needles. Okay. And then I can run the thing a little more easily. And I gotta be honest with you, I don't want to do any of that right now. So fucking tired. I'm so fucking tired. So fucking. Seriously though, I'm so tired. Being under the weather is not helping anything. I almost got on stream to let you watch me like fix this. And I was like, but I wasn't convinced I was going to be able to fix it. And I was kind of pissed and like freaking out the whole time. Because up until I jacked it up, this was 19 plus hours of work. Okay. That's where I left off before I like jacked everything up. And so I was not real keen on taking it apart and then like the horror of me realizing I couldn't fix it be like realized on the film. Yeah, I wasn't near about that. So oh my gosh. So Bay's like we'll probably like I'll have some more time. Like I'll have some time to like hang out on Thursday. Okay, today is Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I'm gonna wait a whole like 2 days. Okay. I am already mad. I'm already mad. I want tomorrow to be Thursday. I do. Because like we have been trying to hang out. I don't know, since we met. I guess like we've been in the same place once, but the work schedules are like off the chain. right? And getting us in the same place has been like impossible. So yeah. And then I was over with wife. Okay, so all right. I don't know if I told this story. Wife got their navel pierced, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. And they went somewhere that if they had told me, like, and I looked at her, I said, look, if you had told me that you wanted to get your navel pierced, I would have told you to come to a very specific place and go to my piercer. Because I used to have like 20 plus piercings, and almost all but like technically 6 of them, if you count both of my lobes, because I actually had those done when I was a kid. But 6 out of the 27 were done by one person. She's professional. She knows what she's doing. She's really good at it. I've never had any problems with like her doing piercings. Like any problems I have had, like my eyebrow catching on my pillowcase, and then it slowly but surely rejecting because of that, because I kept like tugging on it. You know, any problems I've had have been stuff like that, like fucking total user error, if you will. And so she got it done just somewhere. Okay. And they did a shite job. And she told me about the experience. So she's like, oh, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And she showed it to me. And I was like, that does not look good. You need longer jewelry. This jewelry is too small. It is going to cause problems. Like, it wasn't going to reject, right, necessarily, but it was too small. And when the ball starts digging into your fucking skin, that's a problem. Okay, so this is the first thing. So we got knit the last stitch. Okay. We're gonna knit the last stitch, and then we're gonna pass this. This is pass the last work over. And I think right here, this is the first mistake I made right here, was that. I don't think I did that right. And it caused me like a lot of fucking grief. Okay, so now we're supposed to be working flat. Hold on. Okay. So, yeah, no, we're gonna have to put this in here. So now what we need to do is we need to locate the needle, which is gone forever. I'm trying to figure out where I put it, and I can't find it, which is super great. And by super great, I mean awful. Where the hell did I put that thing? That's a great question. I don't friggin' know. If I can't find it, which is looking real likely right now, what's going to happen is we're just going to cut this off now, because I do not have all the time in the world to look for stuff. But I think this was my first mistake, was getting that wrong. So what happens is this is in the round, in the round, in the round, in the round. So now it's going to go loop, 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 loop instead. Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay, now what we need to do is get the yarn, if I can remember where the hell I put it, so that we can do this. Oh my gosh. I'm looking for the yarn. For the yarn. For the yarn. I don't know where the yarn is. You gotta listen to this terrible song and sing it. You're welcome. It's the worst. I know. Oh, yeah, I know. Where in the juice is this? So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking for this green. It's this green I had. And I don't know where it is. And I don't know if I'm going to find it. So now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to find an alternative that'll work. That is also like about the size that we need. The good news is I have this big ol' jar. Ow, fluff. I mean, there's not fluff in it, but there could be. I've got this. I think everything in here is too big. But I might be able to find something. Oh, there we go. That green right there. Ha! That's what we want. That should be plenty long, actually. By the way, this is not what I'm looking for, right? Like this, it is this yarn, yes. But I'm looking for the damn full skein. And I don't apparently know where that is. So, yeah, as you can see, this is, it's close to the size, but I feel like it's maybe a little bigger. And what we're going to do with this is sew all the way through. And so what's going to happen is, if I fluff this up real bad, this is going to save my ass. I'll be able to take the needles all the way out and rip it all the way out. And not, like, want to cry afterwards. Now, what I am going to do, I'm going to do what I said I was going to do and use a smaller needle to put this up to make this easier. You know, I could have used this thread that's sitting behind me too. There. You're over there. Freaking Swedish chef out here. I'm having trouble. What is that? Empty. Okay, so we're gonna get this as a 1. This is a 2.75 millimeter. I don't know what size I've got in here. Whatever the fuck. This is a 325. Okay, so what's gonna happen is this is a lot of extra stuff. This is not how this is done, generally speaking. This is how I'm choosing to do it because this is how I'm choosing to do it. That's the whole of it. That's everything that you need to know about this. And I only need 1 of these because I'm just going to take 1 needle's worth off at a time. And then I'm going to put it back. Okay. So it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh my God. This is fiddly as fuck. Shut up. Shut up. Don't judge me. God damn it. Okay. Flirt her. Alright, so. Alright, this is gonna be. And just, this is not how you do this. Okay, really? Seriously. But if you wanted to like do this way, you absolutely can. It's just some extra steps is all it is. But it's not really a big deal. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because it's going to be easier to get the stitches next to the larger or the smaller needle than it is the larger ones without distorting the stitches. Okay. And we don't want to distort the stitches because we worked really hard to keep it like reasonably even. And I say reasonably even because hand knitting has a tendency to be, you know, uneven, and that's not weird. That's exactly as it should be. It shouldn't be perfect. But as a result, that means you're going to have a lot more to deal with to like manage continuity, right? Because while there's a normal amount of variation, things shouldn't be just straight misshapen. Okay? So the lifeline, again, all it is making it easier for you to get back to your space if you need to. This is really helpful when you're doing lace knitting, because that is definitely an arena where you do not want to be like messing something up. Okay, that's 100% not something you want to be doing. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. I hate when this happens. Oh my goodness. Anybody else having this weird sense of deja vu? I am. Okay. So, that was actually a knot. So what we're gonna do is we might have a couple of our lifeline might have a couple of places. Might have more than one, because I didn't realize that this was not a single strand, and I don't want to pull the knot through the stitches, because again I feel like it's gonna misshape them. I'm gonna be really upset if that happens. Now the thing is, this needle is also really sharp, so this is more like not the sharpness of the needle is not ideal for this like situation. It just happens to be like what I grabbed, so I'm just doing this like really carefully, literally, so I don't stab myself. And it's not a big deal, really. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Like, I don't know, having these weird flashes of like Little Women, which is one of my favorite books, by the way. Okay, so now that this is done, what we're going to do is we're going to take this out. And we're going to do so carefully because I'm going to be putting a bigger needle in here, and it's going to go along with this. And it's going to be a little fussy because I put something in it already, but I'm not going to work off of the smaller needle because I don't want this to distort, and it'll just be easier to just not have to remember to take something off of a needle that's smaller. There are lots of reasons to work on smaller needles or larger needles than it calls for. And transferring stitches is one of those really easy, beneficial things to do, which is also why it's really handy to have a double pointed, because I can just slide these stitches off. Like if I wanted to load the stitches from this needle on the other side, I could absolutely do that, and it wouldn't affect anything negatively. It's very disappointing that this is taking me an hour to do all of this. I did what? 4 rounds, and now I'm putting in a lifeline. Oh, that's depressing. No, the only good thing about this hangout with Bay happening not tomorrow is that I have time to like um, look more presentable. So we've met in person. So like they know what I look like when I kind of look like a human. I didn't look what I would call nice. I just was in street clothes instead of my uniform, which was on purpose because I did not want the first time we were in the same space to be while I was in my uniform, because my uniform is covered in like soot and grit. And I acknowledge that while I hate them, first impressions are still a thing, right? Absolutely a thing. And absolutely a thing I have to deal with. And there's no reason in me like pretending they're not. Okay. So they absolutely are something I have to deal with. Don't mind me, I'm just concentrating. I can hear the rain outside. It's so noisy. It's so noisy. Oh my god. So I was hoping Sunshine would be gone and like transferred already, and it's not happened. And supposedly, I overheard Sunshine talking shit today. Because I guess doesn't think anybody's like really listening when they don't like react to him. And I never react to him, but I am always listening. Anyway. Yeah. So he said something about the new guy, and I didn't catch what it was because I was not like, my hearing's not that great, but I will absolutely fucking eavesdrop like a motherfucker. Anyway, I don't know whether he said he liked him or that he was cool or he already doesn't like him. I don't know. I thought he said he was cool, and by way of saying that, he's like, well, I've decided to stay. Like, I think that's kind of what that was going. But the funny thing with it is, I don't think it's he decided to stay. I think he wanted something he wasn't going to get. And so the idea of him switching locations became like undesirable. Like, he thinks that he should be paid more. He thinks that he shouldn't have to do certain things. And that's not the case. Like, you have to do your job, and his job includes stuff that he really doesn't want to do. And it's funny because I'm just like, I don't know what delusion you're living under that just because you think something is true, that it is true. That's not how that works. It's funny as hell, though, to me. Mm-hmm. Ugh. Now the new guy insists. He's like, "Oh yeah, no." He said when I stopped in by the office and I was just having a few words with him. He's like, "Oh, I haven't heard him say he's not going to do such and such yet." I'm like, "Oh no, he's not going to say it where you can hear him." He's like, "Oh, I don't care as long as the work gets done." I'm like, "Oh well, the work is going to get done. The work is going to get done because Juice and I aren't going to end up doing it. That's what's going to happen." He's like, "Oh no, it's not," and I'm like, "I mean, okay, but like that's how things have been working. Is something has to get done, and he's already disappeared, and he's already dragging ass, or he's already set himself up. Like that's how he's been operating, and because we're essentially not at the same level, right? I'm the newest person on the team, but like nobody's a manager in the back, right? We're all worker bees, as it were. Well, because of that, like nobody in the back has really the power to do anything about it. Um, and I watch people intensely, and he's like, "Oh well, I'm gonna keep." I like it's like I don't want my text not to be happy, and I'm like, okay, like, I hear you saying this, and he's not been there long enough for me to say that he's all talk, and he doesn't seem like it, right? But it's really easy to say you're gonna do something. It's another matter to do it, right? And his statement was, "I'll work short." And I'm just thinking, I mean, well, if we're working short, it's us. It's working short. It's not you. It's us. But he's been pretty good about stepping up and helping. Like, so if there's like a lot going on, he's not above coming back and like moving things along and like facilitating and like making stuff happen. And to me, that's part of what he's supposed to be doing. Now, as far as I'm concerned, you don't get kudos for doing your job. Like that's just what you should be doing. But I'm absolutely gonna say like thank you and show appreciation. And the funny thing is when the first day he came in, he was back there like helping us. And like at some point I was like, "Hey, I appreciate it." And he's like, it's like you don't have to say thank you to me. I think I told y'all this story. We're gonna tell it again. It's like you don't have to say thank you to me. And I'm like, I mean, you don't need to be like it's not specifically your job to be back here though. Like you have other stuff that you can be doing. And at the point, technically he didn't because he was just popping in a little earlier than scheduled as far as days to like try to start transitioning in and all that. But like to me, a good manager, part of what good management is going to be doing is facilitating things, right? You're not just going to kick back and just tell everybody else what to do and not like pitch in like if you need to. And this guy's been really good about stepping up, which again, like I said, I appreciate it because the thing with it is it's not that, and don't get me wrong, it's not that the guy before him didn't come back and help, but there were definitely times where he wasn't even doing his actual formal job. And you could tell because like stuff when he wasn't there, stuff would fall apart. And if your presence is required for things to go smoothly, you are not managing things well. Like you don't have a good setup or a good system. If you are like, it's necessary for you to be there for every like step of the way. That means that your systems are shit. That means that you don't have like a good setup with your people if you have employees, and that's definitely a fucking room for improvement kind of situation. Now, apparently, we're getting another person up front. In the next couple of weeks, we're supposed to get another person in the back to do inspections. And we might get another person who's a tech as well. And that'll take some of the slack off, or some of the strain off, excuse me. And also allow us to do a little more. Now, the only problem with having too many more techs in the back is there's only so many places for somebody to work. And depending on what's going on, so this last one, what we're going to do, we're not going to take the thing out. We're just going to do this. This is the last one, and we're going to try and make it work. Okay. Now, I gotta say, there's something to be said for putting in the lifeline and knocking over pens. Because what's going to happen now is this is going to get worked back and forth after this round. And that is going to be like really important to make sure that these stitches don't like fucking disappear if I fuck it up. So, facts. When in doubt, add a lifeline. Don't skimp, peeps. You will fucking hate life. It's like, I definitely used several hours this afternoon or this evening fixing my hubris. Oh, that's what I get. And the funny thing is, what the next like 6 rounds is the 4 to set up, and then 2 the ones that we're going to repeat over and over again. Actually, no, 6 to set up, and 4 are going to be repeated over and over again. So a 4 like pass repeat. I think I might give myself a pedicure and a manicure tomorrow, people. I think that's gonna happen. That's so weird. I haven't done that. Ah! So there we go. Now we have our we have our lifeline in. And we are ready to start our next rounds, or rows actually, because they're going to be back and forth, so they're going to be rows now instead of rounds. That's going to be ready to start. And probably what I'm going to end up doing is, because this is the end of this section, I'm going to take pictures of this tomorrow morning. I think that's probably what's going to happen, so that we can see the let's see the progress. All right, so there we go. Fiend, it's time to go. I'm tired. I'm gonna, I don't know, read or listen to more stuff. And look how beautiful that looks. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Here's the other side. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And if you want to see the inside, ha bam. If you want to see the outside, ooh, wow, that's weird. I know it's not as obvious on the outside, but that's kind of the point, is that it blends really nicely. So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate y'all being here. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, thank you for liking and subscribing. And yeah, So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and good night, and I will see y'all hopefully bright-eyed and bushy-tailed tomorrow.